tonight?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I'm Harmony, and I'm here to enlighten some of you about the consequences of abusing drugs. Drugs are abused worldwide by too many people. Each year, the United States spends around $500 billion to prevent drug abuse, yet only about 2 cents per dollar goes to the actual cause. Over 90% of current drug addicts began smoking, drinking, or using drugs before the age of 18. Some drugs can be acquired from the black market, some can't be found in a majority of the United States, and others can be found right next door. Men actually have a higher chance of being addicted or abusing drugs. Even though drug abuse is a huge problem in America and other countries, only about 14% of adults sought treatment last year. In 2016, there were over 52,000 overdoses. The overdoses are the cause of the leading accidental death in the United States. Heroin is the most addictive drug, and it's the leading cause of overdoses. 208 million people use drugs worldwide today. 2/3 of addicts in rehabilitation centers report being abused as children. Below are some hotlines that you can call if your loved one is struggling with drug abuse. Hallucinogens are a type of drug. They are generally found in certain fungus and plants. They have been used for centuries by Native American tribes, monks, and other indigenous peoples. A majority of hallucinogens contain nitrogen that resemble common neurotransmitters. These drugs work by blocking neurotransmitter actions or by attaching to receptors in the brain. LSD, peyote, and PCP are some common hallucinogens. LSD can cause the heart rate and blood pressure to increase. You will also notice sweating, loss of appetite, sleeplessness, dry mouth, and shaking. PCP can lead to an increase in body temperature and heart rate, uncoordinated muscle movements, major sweating, and flushing of the skin. Small amounts of PCP can even cause an increase of breathing, blood pressure, and pulse rate. Users' breathing becomes shallow, their skin will look flushed, and they'll look really pale, but they'll also be sweating a lot. And you might notice that they'll kind of shake or twitch a lot. And they might even seem like they're out of it too. Like you'll be talking to them and they won't even notice that you're talking to them. At high doses, blood pressure, pulse, and breathing rates drop drastically. You'll also experience nausea, vomiting, blurry sight, drooling, and dizziness. While under the influence of PCP, the users may even become violent or suicidal. High doses of PCP can lead to the user having seizures, coma, and even death, especially mixed with other drugs and alcohol. One abuser said, "I hallucinated in my car one night, having visions of another world. It was me entering through some long passage into this place. It was like traveling through an air tunnel. I could hear someone's voice calling my name. I collapsed out the door and rolled on the ground. My brain wasn't used to or sure what was going on. The trip lasted a good 10 minutes, but it felt like a lifetime. I'd do it again. It was memorizing." Alcohol is a legal drug that has a high risk of abuse and addiction. Most people admit to having their first alcoholic drink by the age of 13. While drinking, alcohol affects the user's motor skills, thought process, and even the function of their organs. The user tends to feel dizzy, happy, excited, like they want to party, but after a while their words will become slurred, they'll feel nauseous, they'll start stumbling, and they might even start sweating. If they drink too much alcohol, you'll notice that they'll vomit, they might even black out. In worst cases, they will go into a coma and even die. Long-term effects of alcohol are cancer, liver failure, brain damage, pancreatitis, stroke, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Methamphetamine is a common drug since it's so easy to acquire. the ingredients to cook it, and there are many abusers around, so it's fairly easy to distribute. Meth affects the brain to make the user more alert, hyper, energized, and it can cause the user to even lose their appetite. The effects of meth can last from 6 to 8 hours and leave the user craving more even after the first use. Meth can be smoked, injected, snorted, or eaten. It's often distributed as a powder or in pill form. Long-term meth use can lead to tooth and gum decay, memory loss, heart and brain damage, weight loss, and can lead to severe mental illnesses like psychosis, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder. It can even lead to schizophrenia. Heroin manufacturing began in 1874. It's an opioid drug made from morphine, a substance extracted from the poppy plant, which is also used as a painkiller. Heroin is usually sold as a white or brown powder or as a black goo, often called black tar heroin. Heroin can be injected, inhaled, or smoked. All three transmit the high to the brain, which will be absorbed really quickly, and that's why it's extremely addictive. People use it repeatedly to chase the high. Each time they use it, they tend to use a little bit more because each high after the first high is different. They want to acquire that first high. Many of them die trying to go back to that. After injecting heroin, users experience dry mouth, warm flushing of the skin, heaviness, and troubles thinking. After the peak of the high, the users experience alternately wakeful and sleepy state where they'll kind of be in and out. Users who do not inject heroin will not experience a complete rush, but other effects are mainly alike. The mother of a heroin abuser wrote, "One time my son wrote to me about his heroin withdrawal experience. Sleepless nights, nausea, vomiting, muscle spasms. Sometimes the fear of the pain of withdrawal prevents the heroin users to stop their deadly habit. But I want to tell you about a different kind of pain. Pain of a mother whose child is a drug abuser. Pain when you find out for the first time that your child is using drugs. You try to fight for your child, save him from the deadly habit, but the child doesn't want to be saved. He wants to be left alone. Pain when you finally realize that your efforts to save your child are useless. You can't fight the battle that's not yours. Pain to see your child is wasting away and there's nothing you can do, and you continue to watch the suicidal behavior. Nothing left for the mother but hope that someday her child will realize that drug addiction is a waste of life and will come back to her. She waits and hopes until the hope dies with her child. Pain of losing a child. It doesn't go away for days, weeks, months, or years." Stimulants are a class of drug that are made up of mainly amphetamines and cocaine. Caffeine, a legal stimulant found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and most sodas, could also fit into this category. Stimulants increase users' energy, motivation, and make them feel more awake, while increasing their blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing. Stimulants were formerly prescribed to treat breathing problems, obesity, mental illnesses, and many more. Due to the increase in abuse and addiction, stimulants are prescribed rarely for illnesses like ADHD, narcolepsy, and rarely depression. Withdrawal symptoms include fatigue, depression, and disturbance of sleep patterns. Continuous abuse of some stimulants can lead to feelings of anger or fear and even psychosis. Taking high amounts of a stimulant may cause the user to have a high body temperature and irregular heartbeat. There is also a risk of cardiovascular failure or seizures, which can lead to death. Ecstasy is a common party drug used in clubs, concerts, and parties. Its street names include Molly, E, and X. It gives the user a feeling of love, comfort, happiness, being awake, and focused. It also increases their sex drive a lot. Users can often stay awake for around 72 hours while on an ecstasy high. The ecstasy users may have trouble quitting once they start using the drug, but most won't admit it. Side effects of ecstasy include cramps, blurred vision, fast heartbeat, sweating, chills, nausea, and even hallucinations. Withdrawal symptoms include sleeplessness, panic attacks, anxiety, depression, psychosis, and paranoia. Users of ecstasy rarely overdose, but instead use it too often and suffer from heat stroke, which can lead to death. It also can cause severe heart problems in the future. With the increase of drug abuse, there is also an increase of facilities to help those who are struggling to overcome the addiction. Not all addicts want to be addicts. No one wakes up in the morning and suddenly decides that today is the day that they ruin their life and become addicted to heroin. Most drug use is inspired by celebrities, friends, family, or the user just wants to feel numb. Being a relative of someone who's an avid drug user is difficult. It's difficult watching them struggle with their body. They can't move, they can't control their movements. The withdrawal symptoms are hard to watch. It's hard watching them be paranoid and withdrawn. They might not talk to you the same. They'll act differently towards you. They'll seem more depressed, or they're eager to leave, like family gatherings. It's difficult talking to them while they're in the middle of the high and they can't understand what you're talking about. When you call them on the phone and they're just mumbling and stuttering, there's really no one there. It's difficult receiving the phone call the day that they died from an overdose. The war on drugs needs to end, and it needs to end now. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you take something from the speech today. Drug abuse is really, really terrifying, and people need help. They're not bad people for using drugs. They just need help. Thank you.